I woke up on Wednesday, the 3rd of May, in preparation for the appointment at the neurosurgeon at the Alfred Hospital. I knew something wasn't quite right. I had this gut feeling that something wasn't going to be as good as what I'd hoped it was going to be that day. And it was literally the day that my life changed forever. The doctors told me I had a stage 4 GBM. I remember sitting in the surgery. I remember looking at the doctor. My sister was to my right, and my cousin, who's a nurse, was to my right as well. I similarly knew what to expect if they told me that news. 32 years earlier, my mother died of a stage 4 GBM. I remember looking at the doctor. I knew he was going to tell me bad news. I could just tell by his body language and his demeanour. My stomach was in knots. And I said to him, I know you've got bad news for me, just tell me. And he said, I have a stage 4 GBM on my brain. I remember looking down and I thought, in that split second, I've got 2 choices here. I can choose to accept what he says to me, or I can choose to not accept it. And in that split second, whatever he told me, with the questions I was about to ask him, that was not going to be my journey. And I peppered him with questions. I asked him what the prognosis, and he said, we don't need to talk about that. And I said, I want to know, what is the prognosis? And he told me 14 to 16 months. And I asked him how many people had survived. And he said, no one. There's no cure for this. And I said, well, buckle in and get ready because I'm going to be the first. And it was that instant that I made a decision that I was going to survive this diagnosis. I wasn't going to let it take me. I had too much to live for. I asked the doctor when he met with his team on Monday, I said, come back to me with the best and most effective treatment options that you can provide. Because I said I want it all. Don't come back with some half-baked treatments. I said I want the whole lot. I don't care how much it's going to impact my body and me. We are going to beat this. So I said, tell your team that. And I haven't wavered from that part of my journey since April last year, and I never will. I intend to survive this diagnosis. There's been many ups and downs along the way. I can't say I've remained happy and bounding around every single day. There have been days when I found it so overwhelming. There are days when I've been so tired that I could barely get myself out of bed, but I did.
I got the best news ever today. My doctor said to me that both of my tumours have reduced again for the second time. I almost don't have words. I'm so excited. It's the best news ever.